house, minus the SWAT bust downs. Equivalent to my flow, it generate dough. I cloud hop, but I'm down to the earth. Your boy been fly since birth.
Because he was interesting. To me, he was a fascinating character. I was a huge fan of his when I was younger. I thought he was an absolutely great guitar player. And he was funny, you know, or funny is the wrong word, then, you know, sort of pathetic in a way. I mean, he's flamboyant, and he was, you know, boorish and obnoxious.
Well, the problem is that this is so little known about him. But we do know that he was a great guitar player. I'd say he was probably the second greatest guitar player in the world.
Fly.U, where dreams come true.
We find underground groups, and we bring them to the top. And once at the top, we disown them. We go back to the bottom. It's a circle of life.
Just like Fly.U.
It's like flying. Starting from the bottom, walking to the top, doing big things now.
Can you imagine spending like $1,000?
Now, we need to find the next one.
One article book.
I mean, there are a few stories before that, but I have no idea whether they're true or not.
Well, I heard stories that he was a kleptomaniac. I mean, I heard that once he stole an alarm clock from Hoagie Carmichael, and Hoagie overslept and he missed the record date. So, what do you think? I mean, the only other story that I heard was this moon idea that he had. He had this idea about this crescent moon, that he wanted to make an entrance on this big crescent moon.
Well, the story is that it came to him apparently, I guess, in a dream that he'd build this moon thing with his own money because he thought that a star of his great stature, of his genius, ought to be able to make a real big entrance with a moon.
It starts to build and build, and by showtime, he's numb with fear. He's petrified. And the audience is out there waiting for him, you know, and he's backstage, meanwhile, drinking and drinking. When he's ready to go on, he's, you know, stiff as a board. I believe later that year, he turned up in New Jersey and made that recording he did of one of his own compositions, actually.
No one man should have all these sneakers. My OG smoked so much reefer. I swear to God, he had like 13 beepers flying on his dresser for all of his geekers. Extraterrestrial rhyme vessel whose lines kill. I overdose on tracks, opium mind spill. I paid dues, got some dreams I fillet away. Now I'm unstoppable like 23 fade away.
Yeah, I remember him in back east at that time. In fact, he had a good manager, this cat named Sid Bishop. And Sid was really good to him, and he got him a lot of gigs. That really wasn't easy, because back then, a lot of musicians were hurting from the Depression, and it really wasn't a lot of work to go around at that time.
The band was playing a sort of resort hotel, and on a day off, were doing their version of Charm. They were trying to pick up girls on the boardwalk.
It was around that time that L.E. met Audrey Jonesy. And it was also around that time when George Takei instigated a Twitter feud with the band.
Hello, I'm George Takei, and over the years I've spoken out on civil rights issues, in particular, gay kids. I enjoy the fact that they often give each other AIDS and die.
Mr. Takei, what do you think of L.E. of Fly Union?
He is a clown in blackface. He gets me that angry.
I'm sure.
He doesn't belong there. He is an embarrassment. He is a disgrace to America.
Talking loud, off in the crowd. You say you proud, but you don't really want it. 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 It's about time that we show you where it's really at. Young Nick, hey out, we about to take the city back. You catch a small time like hopping the 50 sack. I hold weight in the game for a skinny cat. Quick to make a chick touch her toes, gone and bend it back. Deliver, and she makes sure to send it back. Ain't nobody rented that.
3 days later.
It was very impulsive. And as soon as they were married, right from the start, it was very shaky. Why did he marry her so suddenly? I don't know. You know, they only had one thing in common: clothes.
Jordan foes, wish Atlanta had leaders t-shirt, pockets on the back of my jeans say ice cream, holla back. If I wasn't wearing that, then I must have had polo on my body, polo on my body, polo on my body, polo on my, yeah, on my body, polo on my body, polo on my body, hey, polo on my, you couldn't walk in my shoes if you stole my Jordan foes, boy. I am a dog that don't walk on all fours, so you can cry whoop, but I'm sorta like a beast, and I am no joke. They are comic relief.
They were like two peacocks, but there was always an unreal quality to the whole thing. Talk about doomed relationships.
I have no idea what happened. You know, he just sort of disappeared, I guess. I mean, he did make, though, in those last couple of years, he made his best recordings. He never played more beautifully, more movingly, and you know, something just seemed to kind of open up in him, and you know, it was amazing.
And then he just, you know, seemed to fade away. I mean, I have no idea. He, some people said he went to Europe, and some people feel that he may have stopped playing altogether. But we do have, fortunately, those last recordings he made, and they're great. They're absolutely beautiful.
Good morning, and good night. Rashad. They say I'm crazy, maybe. Nas Barkley meets Reservoir Dog, baby. I told you if you bite, you see a case of the rabies. I'm that sick, feel like a cancer patient waiting on chemo. I see no competition, people. I come up with these rhymes in my sleep.
Hello, is anyone out there listening? Please, anyone at all? If anyone out there is listening, then I beg you, please like our video and subscribe to Buzz Team 100. It will be a miracle. I guarantee it. Oh, hula! Also, Gabe Newell is fat.